All right, we're going to pick up with the orange sheet number 1 with numbers 18 through 20. So if you'll go ahead and get your orange sheet out, we'll go ahead and get this thing started. Civil rights leaders of the New South era. There were 3 major ones that you're going to need to know that's part of our standards. First of all, of course, Booker T. Washington. W.E.B. Du Bois, which we know these 2 people did not like each other at all, and hopefully you found out why from your discussion question over W.E.B. Du Bois from February the 25th, and also Dr. John Hope was another civil rights leader of the New South. Now, jumping into Booker T. Washington, he was born a slave. He actually was involved in the Atlanta Compromise, which we will know later with him. It was a famous speech he gave. He was an accommodationist. In other words, he tried his best to get along, to make peace. Here I'm going to introduce you to an acronym. We know an acronym is something, some letters that stand for something, and I'm going to introduce you to ICE, and we'll talk about it a little bit later, but it stands for the International Cotton Exposition. And if you've ever been to Six Flags, you see the Cotton States, and that's kind of the feeling you get when you walk through the Cotton States at Six Flags. Is a reproduction of the International Cotton Exposition. Now, one of the things that Booker T. Washington did is he glorified or made a big deal about common jobs. He did not put a lot of value in becoming white collar workers such as doctors and lawyers and that kind of thing. He wanted blacks to be more have more common jobs, such as street sweepers and people who clean, like custodians or janitors and things like that. So he was very much a proponent of, hey, find you something to do and do it. He was also a teacher and was the first leader of Tuskegee University or Tuskegee Institute. He wanted the blacks to actually climb the social ladder and not necessarily be put there because nobody was there when it came to black people. He wanted blacks to earn respect instead of just being given respect. He wanted them to act a certain way and really accept where you are on the social ladder, which most of the time the whites were at the top and the blacks were at the bottom. He was very much hated by Du Bois because they had different opinions. So now let's transition into number 20, W.E.B. Du Bois, and kind of what he felt like. First of all, W.E.B. Du Bois was born free in the North. And he thought black people he actually saw black people as intellectuals, people who were smart, who knew what to do and were very intelligent. He actually received his Ph.D. or his doctorate degree from Harvard University, and he felt like that the Jim Crow laws must go. They don't need to be around. They really put blacks at a disadvantage. Now, inside of Mr. Du Bois was what was called the Niagara Movement, and the Niagara Movement was basically a meeting where they got together and said, we are not going to allow segregation to continue. We're not going to allow Jim Crow laws to continue. And this is where the NAACP was born, is out of this Niagara Movement. And we know that the NAACP stands for the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. And again,